Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my review of the Valdada 60-24x50 second focal plane MOA. And like my high school sweetheart, now I have been testing this thing extensively, and by extensively what I'm saying is I don't want to give it back to Val at Valdada, but I have to. This thing is absolutely spooky. The glass, the turrets, the precision, the way it tracks. Now this thing's got an incredible reticle, and unlike some of the Horus or some of the Christmas tree reticles out there, this thing doesn't just flood you with visual clutter. It lets you pick out exactly where you want to shoot. All of the references are set up on the highest point at 24 power because it's second focal plane. I did most of my filming at 12 power, so that'll give a better idea of what it looks like in day-to-day use. All right, enough of my talk, but do not leave before the end of this video, and I'll show you how to save $300 off of the already on sale price of this thing. Guys are bugging me all the time. I want tier 1 stuff, but I don't have $3,000. I got you. All right, here we go. We're gonna mount her up, look at it downrange, and I'll show it to you up close, and I'll be right back with your savings. Trust me on this. All right, guys, here's a look downrange with it at the different power settings. I turned it up 6 magnifications at a time at 100 yards to kind of give you an idea of the resolution. Let's start off with the vertical tracking. I didn't run it all the way to the stops. I just got close to it, and of course it returned to 0. Right here, the horizontal tracking is going to do the same thing. Now, it's pretty rough on this scope when I was at the range. I wasn't exactly taking my time with how I was testing. Now, kind of slapping it around a little bit, but it did absolutely perfect, as I knew it would, as every Valdada I've ever tested has done. There's the box test. Now right here, I'm going to check the turret values. Those red dots are exactly 10 MOA apart. So I'm dialing it up 10 and down 10 and bringing it back to 0. You'll see it's just on the right-hand side of it. I had the target canted just a little bit. I didn't realize it at the time, but I did. But no big deal. It still came out great. All right, back to 0. Now I'm just going to run it back and forth for a little bit. Make sure that it'll return to 0. Crank it on it. Go for it, boy. Crank it, turret. All right, guys, here comes my favorite test that I only do on the top end scopes, the nipple twister. Now, this is easily my favorite test, and I reserve it only for the most precise scopes. So all I'm doing is just going nuts, twisting on this thing. Now you'll notice as I go along here, I'll stop a couple of times. The reason is I'm standing off to the side of the scope, twisting on it. So I can't see directly behind it to make sure I'm on the right rotational line. So it takes me a minute to get back to where I started. But this thing is just a joy to do. As a matter of fact, I filmed this 3 separate times before I got one that I didn't mess up bad by stopping, and it was off by full rotation. But watch here. You can tell I've already screwed this up before, so I'm trying to be real precise and get it on the right rotation. Bring it back around, vertical, back to 0, right there, and every single time it did it. That's freaking precision. All right, now let's look at this beauty up close. We'll start out by looking at the rings that are included with it. Now, these are Valdada's rings that are made in the United States. These aren't imported, and they are tough as hell. The eyepiece on this thing is a fast focus eyepiece, works like a charm, exactly 0 slop, and you can tell by playing with the tolerances are freaking tight. This thing is like putting in a fine threaded bolt. That's the way it feels when you get ready to turn it. Now on the magnification, it's set up for 12 and 24 is where the lines will line up downrange, and because it's a second focal plane, the lines are going to stay constant inside of the scope. So the reference points will change with the magnification. But on 24 power, 10 MOA inside the scope is going to line up at 10 MOA. At 12 power, it'll line up at 5 MOA. You'll be able to see that if you go back through the video and look at it when I had it set at 12 power and when I had it set at 24, you'll be able to see how the reference points line up. Now right here on the side focus, it goes from 30 yards to infinity, and that also houses the battery for the digital illumination. Now the beauty of the illumination is after a certain point it shuts off, so it won't just, if you leave it on, it's not just going to kill your battery. Now the turrets on this scope is where it's at for me. I love the turrets on the Valdada scopes. Now if you'll look right here, not only are they solid without any play, there's also a secondary turret that you can turn to set up for a secondary distance, and you can lock it down. So if you're at the range shooting 100 yards and you want to set that secondary turret up for 500, you can do that. And it's really easy to do. There also is a zero lock underneath the turret cap, and it also is as solid as everything else on this scope. She's a beauty, no doubt about it. Okay, I told you this thing is a beast. Now it comes with a set of rings. You can pick either low, medium, or high, whatever's going to work best for your rifle. It also comes with the little scope caps, and it comes with a battery for the digital illumination. Now a lot of guys don't realize the difference between a digital illumination and one of the ones that just have the little steps in between. A digital illumination will go off after a certain point so it doesn't kill your battery. And you touch any button on it to awaken it, and it brings it right back to the illumination level that you had it set at before. Those little extra touches are the things you get in a Valdada scope. But I'm here to save you some money off of this scope. Now, if you look on their website, this thing right now is going for $18.95. I'm going to be making a video here in the next few months. I had talked to Val about it personally. It's about the scopes in about the $1,500 price range that are the best long-range precision scopes. Now, Valdada didn't have anything that came in at that price. This one's $18.95. But if you'll call Val on the phone, tell him that you saw this video here, he'll let you have this scope for $15.95 or the fixed 16 power that you'll see the link to below. And believe me when I tell you, for $1,600, there's going to be a lot of scopes on this other list. Optically, none of them will touch it, period. This is a true Tier 1 European scope. It doesn't come in a lot of different configurations for a simple reason. The more SKU numbers there are, the more different variables there are, the price is going to go up. This is the way this scope is built. It comes this way or just pass it up. But if you're looking for precision, long-range scope, second focal plane, and you got $1,600, this is a cannot freaking miss. And by the way, guys, this is not an affiliate thing for me. Val does that because we're friends, and he tries to help support my channel, so he offers the discounts to guys that watch my videos, watch my reviews, and I think it's just a super cool thing to do for the guys that watch Cyclops videos. Guys, thanks for watching. You're going to see links below to my other Valdada scopes. Watch for that $1,500 scope review coming up, and I'll kiss your ass if this is not the top-rated second focal plane scope in that review, period. I promise you, nothing will beat it. And when it comes to fixed powers, for in that same price range, the 16 is something to freaking behold. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for like, subscribe, all of that stuff the other YouTubers say. I hate saying that kind of crap, but the algorithm likes to hear it when they listen to the video. So if you don't mind, give it a like, leave me a comment, and share my dumbass channel with your buddies. Thanks again for Val for offering these guys such a savings on such an incredible scope. See you guys.